questions while I'm talking, just let me know and I'll answer them. So, like I said, you guys were in a big, just, fighting in a big space battle, and basically the big ship that you guys were fighting began to explode and be sucked into a black hole. Unfortunately, some gods decided, you know what, we're going to come and help. But in doing so, their dimensional portal intersected with the black hole on the big space ship that you were fighting, and ended up kind of causing subspace to rupture in so many different places, and you guys got sucked into different places. We'll say just coincidentally that you two ended up going to the same place. Maybe let's see. Tennyson was on the Charvanek, which is a D'Deridex X class Romulan warbird. So we can say maybe Carlin or Jadrock was. Is Jadrock half Romulan or just half Klingon?
He's half Klingon, half human.
Okay, so we could say
Um,
maybe as like a foreign exchange officer he was serving, and he maybe she is it female or male?
she,
He
she,
She okay.
female.
Maybe she ran onto the bridge at the last moment to try to help, and then because I remember, hey, Mac, Did Tennyson kill his father, or did
No,
he get sucked into the black hole?
black hole. Yeah, he got sucked into the black hole.
Okay, so yeah, maybe Jadrock ran onto the bridge just as Tennyson was being sucked into another dimension. Um, anyway, so now the last here's what you guys see as you guys are being sucked into this vortex. First of all, at first it's just black, just like your eyes are open, but all you see is blackness around you. You don't see anything, you don't feel anything. You know that you're floating through subspace, but you have no sensation of floating. Um, so how is Tennyson handling this mentally and emotionally? Is he panicking, or is he just kind of um, remaining calm?
After seeing his father being sucked into the black hole, he's kind of freaking out
Okay.
because he's in this black hole and he doesn't know where he is.
Okay. So yeah, Tennyson is just like looking around. At first, he doesn't see anybody in this vortex with him, um, and he suddenly, as he is um, nearing a light at the end of the vortex, he he can feel his body again. The sensation of floating kind of vanishes, and he finds himself um, suddenly, as he exits this vortex. He still can't see, but he knows that he's lost consciousness. Um, oh, speaking of which, what is Tennyson's sanity at?
At 10.
Okay, so he's sane. Um, good. That's gonna be helpful. um, and he loses consciousness now. Normally, I would have you roll for that, but in this case, and you will find out why in a moment, you find yourself unconscious without being able to contest it, and a few moments later, and you're not sure if it's a few minutes or a few days, but you do actually wake up, and everything is really bright. It's like a bright light around you. It's white and kind of lightish, light greenish, but mostly white. And your vision is very blurry. Now, Jadrock, after you were sucked into a vortex once you got to the bridge of the Romulan warbird, and you also are experiencing like a weightlessness in the void of some kind of black realm some kind of subspace dimension. How is Jadrock handling it? Is she freaking out or uh, handling?
Jadrock would be a bit confused. Um, Trying to get his bearing or her bearings, I mean, and looking around for a familiar face.
So as you're looking around, confused, looking for somebody else in this vortex, you can kind of see a light at the end of this vortex, black vortex, and you think you can see somebody else down, heading, floating, but your vision is suddenly cut off again by blackness. And then similar to Tennyson, the light rushes towards you, and you find yourself also unconscious. And again, when you wake up, you don't know if it's been a few minutes or if it's been a few days, but you will wake up and kind of experience the same thing that Tennyson does. And this is what you both see on Roll20. I'll move you guys to the page. You find yourself in some sort of clinic or very sanitized holding cell. One of you is in one cell and the other is in the other cell. But you can see outside of the cell there is a corridor that goes to the right, to the left of the cell. Imagine that this panel here is actually a big mirror, and I won't even make you roll. You can pretty easily tell that this big mirror that's next to you, it is probably a one-way window in which people will look and kind of, how they have it with interrogations or examinations where they're watching you but you don't see them. So I will let you guys, and you guys can see each other, and you guys can talk, but it's muffled. So I'll let you guys figure out what you're gonna do, explore the room, talk to each other, etc.
Does
Um,
Tennyson know any of the technology or
No,
material?
you definitely. Actually, you know what? Both of you make an insight engineering. Um, I'll say insight engineering or command. Difficulty is going to be 4. Because this is something that you would not really know unless you're like really into it. If you have a focus in history or um, let's see.
the only focus I have that might work is computers.
No, computers wouldn't work. Um, and I'm looking at Tennyson's. I don't see anything that would work here. Basically, this because you guys did go back in time, you would have to have either a focus in history or technology of alien species or something like that. So difficulty is 4. Don't forget you don't have any momentum yet, but you do have determination if you really want to try to figure it out. All right. So as
No.
you both just have no idea. Like I said, it looks very clinical, very white, a lot of shiny chrome metal, and very clean. Like you touch the floor or the wall, and there's not a single speck of dust. But yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to do? And if you want to talk or role play, let me know.
He is going to um can he investigate find a way out of the room? Like, is there any engineering panel or anything?
Make let's do an insight and let's do an insight and engineering or security. This will be a difficulty 3 though.
Can I give you one threat?
Yes. Ooh, nice. And is Jadrock also going to roll or no?
Yeah. Bedrock's got to get out.
So you rolled security, so you don't find anything engineering related, Tennyson, but you will discover that it is pretty much impossible to get out. The oxygen is supplied, at the top of the ceiling where it's pretty much impossible to reach. Um, so it's not like it's got a big vent. It's just really tiny holes. Other than that, yeah, this isn't like this is not an energy field. Well, it is powered by. It's an electrified energy field, so it's some kind of transparent um, substance, but it's also electrified. So like if you try to touch it, it does zap you, but it doesn't like electrocute you or hurt you or anything. It just like gives you a light zap. Um, and for your ears, I'm gonna play some ambient stuff. But um, yeah, you cannot find a way out. You think that this is a pretty solid cell for as far as cells go. And I will also tell you that with that roll, that you do discover some symbols that don't really look familiar to you. Um, so yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to do?
He goes, do you understand?
Jad,
He goes, do you know any linguistics? Anything on linguistics?
no, sir. I do not know linguistics. I hadn't gotten that far yet before I was unceremoniously drafted, sir.
Oh, damn it.
I was still in the cadet program, sir.
The only reason why I'm asking is because them symbols over there. And he points to the symbols on the where they are.
Are odd, but sir, I'll
This is a solid cell, so we're gonna be here for a while. I believe that mirror over there is people can see us.
You hear over some kind of intercom, probably through a speaker on the ceiling that is some of the holes. You hear, greetings, humanoids. We found the Romulan on our planet 2 days ago. The other creature is unidentified. We do not know your species, but we found you floating in space a single day ago. Both of you had your personal shields activated. Oh, that's another thing. So, Dark, I don't know if you know this, but I invented it for my games. Instead of a comm badge, it's called a comm shield, which basically means it can project a personal force field around you and protect you, and it can even protect you if you're floating in space for like 15 minutes before it dies. So he continues, he says, your personal shields were protecting you both. Once we acquired you, your shield's power failed. And then you'll look down and you'll see that both of you no longer have your comm badges on. And he says, we have kept your badge devices so that we may study them. But we were waiting for you to wake up so that we may inquire as to where you came from.
If I remember correctly, it is. Hmm. He looks over at Jadrock and he says, in this case, I can't break the prime time directive.
Well, you don't
Temporal
know where you
directive.
are, though. You
Yeah.
you don't know where
He,
or when you are. Like, you, the player, do, but Tennyson doesn't.
he goes, sorry, can't do that. Unless I know the year I am in, then I don't. Where I am and what year I am or day, I can't tell you.
It would be the Romulan stardate 773 Mark G, which would correlate to the year 2073 for Earth.
Uh,
What?
he goes, so you're the one who actually sucked me into the black hole.
Black hole? We did no such thing. We only rescued you when you landed on our planet. We had to put you in the stasis chamber to make sure that you were not harmful to us.
He just seemed really confused why, who then sucked him into the black hole.
What year are you from?
From the future.
How far?
He says about 300 and about he says about 312 years.
Well, it was not us that brought you here. We simply wish to know what to do with you now. Now that you are here, it seems that we must maintain a level of uh, temporal integrity by keeping you isolated from anybody else to ensure that you do not corrupt the timeline. Would you not agree?
I would say it's safer to send us back with our staff.
We do not have the ability to send people through time.
But where maybe the Romulans have the technology because we're being
They do not. We have been dealing with trade with them for the last 50 years.
Have you heard of Starfleet?
No.
Of course not. You haven't.
I imagine it may not be created yet.
Oh, it's probably not too far off.
Either way, it proves my point.
Basically, as I recall, there is a. Do you know any Kelvin Gates around?
Kelvin Gates. I do not know the species that you refer to as Kelvin. There is a colony called Kelvis, but it is far from here. And it is home to somebody called the Cardassians, which I don't believe the Romulans have yet encountered. We understand that you would like to go home, but we cannot simply send you back, even if we had the ability, which we do not.
So you're gonna keep me prisoner here?
Until we understand how you got here and what your purpose is, it is entirely likely that you could be invaders from the future seeking to alter the timeline, in which case we could not allow that.
Excuse me, I can't be because I was just captaining my ship in the midst of a battle. So I can't really tell you why I was brought back and who did. Because I don't know myself.
I see. One moment, and then when he says that, you hear the um, the PA system that he's using to communicate clicks off, and it stays that way for like 20 minutes. So is there anything you want to do in between that time?
He goes,
Jadrock
you.
would be looking at Tennyson for orders.
He'd be like, do you know any, you're skilled in engineering? He goes,
I have some knowledge of engineering, yes.
do you know how to figure out how to get out of here? Engineering way?
Without knowing the exact makeup of this cell, I cannot, sir. But I will work on that problem.
Tennyson is going to have a look at the panels and see if he can start picking out one.
There are no panels in the cell. If you can touch the walls, like I mean,
Yeah.
Are you talking about the metal, just the metal that makes up the walls?
He's going to touch the walls, see if any of them are plastic or they're all metal.
They're definitely metal.
Okay. The frame that's holding the door, is that metal?
Yes, and when you touch it, it does a zap. It zaps you. It's a light zap. It's not like a. It doesn't like paralyze you or anything. It just like when you get zapped with static electricity. It's like that.
How many holes are, I can't reach the roof.
No, you can't. It's probably like 15 feet high. But there's only like 3. So maybe I would say there's probably 6 actually. 3 of them will be for oxygen, and 3 of them would be for a speaker.
Jadrock is going to be looking at the bottom of the panels. Are they attached to the flooring?
They are not. You think if you had the correct tools and a lot of time, you could probably eventually pry the panel a little bit, but they are also heavy, so you would need the manpower as well.
Jadrock would say something in Klingon under his breath that Tennyson would get the idea that he's getting a little bit impatient.
He's thinking, if I could close up them air filters, they will have to open my cell.
Interesting idea. How are you going to get to the ceiling to do that?
Are we in the same cell or
Nope.
we're in
You're in
different cells?
different cells, separated by the same kind of glass that makes up the door. It's not glass, but you know what I mean.
He. What's in the room with me? A bed or something like that?
Um, no. You actually don't have anything. So the lights are being projected by some strips um, along the doors and the panels and the walls, but you don't have a bed, you don't have a toilet, you don't have anything. A few moments go by, and you hear the same voice say, "Please step back from the door. We are going to bring you some sustenance."
What about a chair? Can I have a chair?
Why do you need a chair?
I would like to sit down
You could sit on the floor.
properly.
That's how we do it.
We need a bed. We need a chair.
You could sleep on the floor.
Don't you know anything about Romulans? We
do
sleep
not.
in beds.
Well, all we know is we trade with them, but other than that, not really.
And at this time, Jodrock began to pace back and forth like a caged cat.
You seriously need to educate yourself on other species, you know that? Before imprisoning people.
We understand the Romulans very well. They are. We trade with them, and so when we found you on our planet, we assumed that you were a spy.
I know the Tashiar won't send me to spy on whoever you are.
My name is Elec. What is your name?
Hmm. Tennyson.
Tennyson. I have never heard a Romulan with that name before. One moment, please. And then it disappears again. But you hear something coming down the corridor towards your cells.
He goes, we've got an opportunity now more than ever. He looks at Jadrock and he says, "We got. This is a better time than ever."
I would agree, sir.
Please step back from the door. And are you guys stepping back from the door or no?
Jodrock backs up, not as far as they would like, but he gets a little bit away from the door.
Okay.
He gets back far enough for them to actually bring it in, but not too far.
Okay.
But yeah.
Is he gonna plan on trying to escape?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Alright, so he comes. You see this orb with a glowing center, and it's coming towards the door, but it's got a tray of food, and it looks like Romulan food, and because it hasn't met Klingons yet, it doesn't know what Klingons eat, so it's just bringing Romulan food at the moment. And it stands probably halfway in the corridor between the back of the wall and the door. The lights around the door dim, and the creature, whatever it is, the orb with the legs and the arms holding a tray, walks up as the doors start to slowly open, but only big enough for it to kind of enter. Let me know when you're gonna do your thing, cause um, but it's now it's between the two doors. So in order to escape, you would have to either go over it or under it. Um, and it slides a tray on the ground towards Tennyson.
He then, is there a, can he slide under it?
I mean, it would be really difficult, but you could try because he's blocking the door, but he has kind of like wide legs because he's in like what looks like a robot suit.
Yeah? What's the difficulty?
Uh, Difficulty is gonna be it's gonna be contested because obviously he's gonna try to stop you. So it's gonna be at least 3, but if he gets more than 3 successes, then it will be equal to that. And I'm gonna spend threat to basically give him an extra dice.
I'll let you roll first.
Of course. Oh, he only got 2, so you still have to get 3 successes, but now you don't have to worry about him. If you fail, you'll just end up under his legs, and he'll just reach down and pick you up. Oops, sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. Let me roll it again. It's control security. Luckily for you, his security is a 1. Yeah, so he's really not a security robot. Security bot or whatever they're called. But yeah, go ahead and
So control, so it's control security?
we'll say daring security because you're being daring.
And can I spend 2 threat to,
Sure.
get 2 dice?
Wow. You don't have any momentum, do you?
No.
Oh.
Can I use my determination to re-roll
Yeah,
them?
that's probably a good idea. What value are you calling upon? Because I don't actually think you have one that would apply. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah.
Wait, look at your talents and your commendations because they might be able to do something. You could have tried a bunch of diplomacy, but you didn't want to do that. I gotta. Let's see. It's hard to read with all these lines.
Can I use a determination but challenge a value?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Which one's that?
Basically, he's challenging.
He's always willing to hear people out.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and remove that one then, and don't forget after this game to replace it with something else. So yeah, you have 2 successes, and you just need, or no, you need it's a re-roll. So don't forget to delete the value and then roll. Oh wow, that's way better.
Yep.
So you not only get through, I will let you decide. Do you want to also cause this creature some kind of injury, or do you just want to get through?
Can I make him trip over?
Yeah, we'll say he trips over and ends up inside hit the cell and the door closes. How about that? So now you're outside.
Yep.
And he's inside.
Yep.
All right.
And he goes,
All right.
Jadrock, do you want to get out?
So don't forget you have 2 momentum. and Jadrock or Dark has disappeared. So let's see what's going on. Welcome back. All right, so basically Tennyson kind of like slid between his legs out, and then the door closed, and the creature fell forward to try to grab her, but grab him, and fell inside the cell, and then the door closed on the creature. So now you have to figure out how are you gonna get Jadrock out, because it's not like you know any passcodes or have any keys or weapons.
Can you look in the cart that he was bringing down?
I don't think he brought a car. I think he just had a tray in his hand, and he already slid one of them to you. We could say he dropped the other tray, Jadrock's tray of food, outside, though. There's no weapons like knives or forks or anything. It's just like food in a bowl, basically.
Can he pick up that bowl and bring it over to see if it opens?
To see if what opens.
The door.
Why would the door? The door's not just gonna open when you walk up to it now.
With the bowl of food?
No, the door is not gonna open. Then as you walk over to it, the creature says, "You don't understand. Let me out. You must return. We cannot have you. We cannot. There cannot be any kind of infection or infestation. We must ensure that we are safe."
Why don't you just let me leave this planet?
We do not want you to affect the timeline.
It's not your decision to make.
But if you came here on accident, it is not yours either.
Why can't you just let us go and let us go back to the future?
Do you want to try to make a presence roll?
Yes, presence command.
Alright. It's going to be contested. So let's see what he gets. His presence is 7. So I'm spending a threat. Alright. Ooh. So the good news is he got a complication. The bad news is he got 3 successes. So you need 3 successes. You need 3 successes or more to convince him. Hey Dark, are you there? I have a
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just trying to figure out what Jadek would do.
Okay.
Basically, can Tennyson use the Rumlin Value Award because it's a presence command?
Yeah, yep.
And these are allies? So he gets.
Is it for an ally? Is it for an ally?
Yeah, for an ally.
Well, this creature is not an ally. Hold on, let me look at what it says.
Okay.
+1 for all presence command. Because see, it's for common causes, and you guys are kind of at odds right now, so it wouldn't work. Sorry. Let's see.
Can I get 2? Oh, I'm gonna use the 2 momentum to get 2 dice.
Okay. Ooh, 2, 4, 5. So you guys get 2 more momentum. Or you get 2 momentum, so you're back up to 2. So yeah, so basically you go ahead and roleplay and tell him, or tell me or tell him what you want to tell him, and then he'll respond.
See, it's more easier if you just send us back to our timeline. But in this case, you probably don't understand that by keeping us here, you're actually causing more harm than good.
He says, you can hear panic start to rise in his voice. He says, "You don't understand. You don't understand. You can't leave this facility. Please." And he walks up to the glass, and he puts his hand on it. And of course, there's no energy. There's no force field on it right now. So he looks at you assume he's looking at you. You can't tell because it's just a robot, or he's just a creature inside of a what it looks like armor. It looks like it's made of armor. or some kind of metal suit, but it could just be a robot. You have no idea. But he looks at you, says, "You cannot leave this facility. If you do, you will regret it. Please let me help you." And then from within the cell, a a laser turret drops down from the ceiling and shoots him and kills him. That was the complication. Then it goes back into the cell, and then the ceiling closes back.
I seriously need to get you out of here now.
As you say that, behind you, another turret begins to lower from the ceiling, and you hear more footsteps, metallic clanks, coming down the hallway.
He goes, can he throw the bowl at the whatever it is?
At what? The creatures coming or the turret?
At the turret.
You could try. It'll be we'll say control and security, difficulty 3, because it's probably just gonna shoot it out of the sky.
Can I use 2 momentum?
You have to, so yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for the shooty shoot. Oh, is that your roll? Jesus. Okay, the good news is it got 3 successes. So you got way more. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So you guys get 3 momentum. You throw it as it shoots. It hits the turret and knocks it to face the other direction, and you hear a horrifying scream as one of these creatures is shot. And then the other creature begins running towards you, and of course it looks exactly like this creature, the one that was dead, or the one that's now dead, as it runs around. However, you can now act, but keep in mind, once you act, this creature will go. Or Jadrock can act, either one of you.
Jadrock would look at the creature. Keeping us caged up has messed with their timeline. Do you want to cause more injury to your people?
Ooh, make a presence and security or command. It's going to be contested, but these are security officers, so they're going to have a higher presence and security. And command.
2 successes.
Alright, see what they get. 1 success. So it looks like you have managed to pause the creature. He begins thinking about what you say. So that he won't get a turn. So Tennyson, it's your turn.
He goes, by keeping us caged, you're gonna cause more death and destruction to your people than you would like.
The creature kind of tilts its body at you, kind of like it's tilting its head, and it says, it sounds a lot different than the other creature that ended up getting trapped in the cell. It says, "We do not care. The Orions will buy you for a good price." And then it reaches towards you.
Ryans will not buy nobody.
An Orion has already purchased you, and you will be taken to him now. So, Tennyson, he is going to grab you. Do you want to try to evade?
Yep.
Alright, daring security. For the creature, it's going to be control security. Well, yeah. It's going to be control for the creature because of his suit.
I'm gonna use 2 momentum to do this.
Alright, I am going to spend a threat to also get a dice. Oof. 3 and 3. So you're a player, so you win ties. Um, you manage to die. Do you want to cause him injury, or do you just want to get out of his grasp?
Can I cause him injury?
Sure. Roll unarmed strike. Just roll the damage. We'll basically say not only did you you how do you get out of his grasp but also cause him injury? How do you want to do that?
Can I pretty much duck under his arms and move, and somehow he trips over my foot?
All right, so he's going to trip. Go ahead and yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. You have vicious for unarmed strike.
I should have removed that.
Okay. So yeah, he just tumbles, rolls because he's a big ball of metal basically, but he's not dead or unconscious or anything. He begins to get up. Actually, he's gonna. Actually, that was his turn. So now it's your turn. What is Tennyson or Jadrock? What does either one of them want to do?
Judrock is getting very, very angry right now. If she could have if she had a weapon on her, she would done shot the guy.
I'll go ahead and tell you both that you do see an Orion laser pistol on the creature's belt.
Can I grab it and shoot the glass?
The grabbing it will be one action because you have to reach for it, and then he's gonna contest it. So yeah, go ahead and make a
Yep.
daring. I'll say daring or control security. Difficulty is gonna be contested though.
I'm using the last momentum.
Go for it. You're the only one out there. I can't do a thing.
You have grabbed it, and you have 2 momentum. So go ahead and well, actually, now that you have it, it's his turn. So he gets up and he walks, seeing that you have just taken his weapon. He is actually going to begin to open the light that you see coming out of the front. It begins to widen, and you begin to see tentacles. And that's going to be his action. Your Tennyson, if there's any time to use that weapon, it would be now.
Yep, he's gonna shoot at him.
All right. Control security difficulty 2.
I'm gonna be using 2 momentum because I definitely want to shoot this dude.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
Nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 momentum. As you pull the trigger and a red laser beam fires out, the tentacles vanish and you see the face of your mother as the laser beam pierces its head and it collapses and vanishes. So all that's left is the armor and the suit of metal, but when you look inside of it, there is nothing in there. No light, no energy, no creature, and not your mother that you just shot through the forehead.
He then shoots the glass where Jadrock is,
All right,
or whatever it is.
We'll just say, for the sake of argument, you succeed, and you guys are now ready to flee. Of course, by now alarms are going off, so
I suggest, sir, we vacate this area as fast as we can.
I agree. I wasn't gonna leave you behind anyway.
and as you guys
I would never have left you behind, sir.
as you guys round the corner, another turret is going to fire. I have to roll actual dice because I don't have a character sheet for it. It does not hit. It misses you by like 6 inches, Tennyson. And do you keep running or do you stop to shoot?
Can I shoot it?
Sure. Control security difficulty 2.
I'm gonna use 2 dice. Use 2 momentum.
Okay.
Ooh, good thing you did. Yep. So you hit it and roll damage for you have a disruptor on you, right? Like in your character sheet.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Just yeah. It shouldn't be phaser type 2. It should be disruptor, but you can just roll that. Yeah, you hit it, and it's damaged, but eventually it's going to come back online. But by then you'll be far down the corridor. So you guys head down the corridor, and as you're running, you see in front of you two more orbs, creatures with bodies of orbs, and then when you look behind you, two more have walked around the corner. So you're surrounded on both sides. What are you gonna do?
Basically, he's gonna go. It's a bad idea just to keep people from the future hostage, because not only does it affect your people, but it affects the whole entire galaxy.
Roll presence command against their leader's presence command. Oof, he rolled a 1. So one of them, the leader, presumably, says, "We agree. However, we have already been paid for your shipping to the Orion smuggler ship."
That's a bad idea, because that affects the future and causes a lot more trouble than it's worth. The prime time directive.
We are not concerned with the future.
You should be, because your people could be dead in the future.
Use the dead in the future, because I don't remember a species like you.
The leader pauses and turns to his colleague, and you can't really overhear what they're saying. But all of a sudden, and I'm going to roll for this because I don't want it to just be God mode-y. Oh, a critical success. So you begin to see a glow, a greenish glow around both of you as you are beamed out of the facility.
Must be.
Few moments. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah?
No, go ahead.
It must be the Romulans.
You are wrong, at least partly. You are beamed into an old pirate ship, and an Orion man steps around the corner. And he says, I get what I pay for, mate. Sorry." and
Oh, damn it.
you can tell.
Jodrock looks at him. Her eyes narrow. Her fist clenches.
Oh,
Go ahead and punch him.
No Orion takes a Klingon.
I don't think he's a Orion. I think he's part Dren.
No, he's as far as you can tell, he looks Orion. I'm just looking for a picture. But you also see he's flanked by 4 guards. So it's up to, and they all got disruptors, so it's up to you what you want to do. Oh, and you also see behind them a Romulan. So keep that in mind too.
He goes, "It's not a good idea to hold me hostage."
Why is that?
Knowing that I'm part of the Roman Navy, a commander rank.
Yes, but you're from the future. I am told, which means you will cost a lot more. We can get a lot more money for you.
You can't just. And plus, it's even worse that you kidnapped Tashiel, um, Agent's son.
Like I said, you're from the future. It doesn't concern us.
Well, you just fucked with the future of everyone in the galaxy, even your own. I can tell you right now that the Orions don't have a homeworld right now. Because of the stupid mistake you're doing right now. And it's not because of Romulans.
Well, like I said, that doesn't concern me. I'm only concerned with my own meager lifespan, which is not 300 years from now.
Oh well,
You done messed up your timeline. You're gonna be dead before you're born.
Yeah. I guarantee you that you just killed everyone. You just sends everyone to death. So there won't be a future for Orions, or even your legacy.
You can't scare us.
Hey, I don't have to scare you. I can tell you. Because I know what's going to come.
Make a command roll. Let's see if you can fool him.
I'm going to use the last 2 momentum to make it look... yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for another token to use for the Romulan.
I did get a complication.
Alright. Oh, yeah, and I've got to roll for him. Let's see. So you win. You convince him that maybe messing with the timeline is not a good idea. And he says, "You're right. I definitely should." Do you have any? You have 2 momentum, right? Do you want to get rid of that complication?
No, I don't have any momentum. I used the last 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I saw it said 2, so he says, "You're right. I don't want to deal with the messing up the timeline." So he pulls out his disruptor and shoots you. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to spend a threat. 3 damage. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because the disruptor has vicious. So that's 11 damage. You challenged a value, so you still have a determination if you want to get rid of one of those injuries. I do
want to get rid of.
What value are you gonna use to get rid of it? Like so like if you have a determination and you're not gonna get injured, it still has to be
it's not gonna look good if I can't protect my crew.
Yeah, if you get injured, you're definitely not gonna be able to do that. So you got rid of one injury, but you're still gonna have another. And you still take the 11 damage. So what? How much damage do you have left?
He's down to 1 stress.
All right. So basically, the disruptor beam goes straight through Tennyson, and for the moment, Tennyson is unable to act. He is on the ground, bleeding, green blood everywhere. Jadrock, your move.
He would have dropped the phaser.
Yeah, the laser pistol. You can grab that if you want to.
Jadrock would drop to the ground, roll, grab the laser pistol, and be aiming at the chest of the one who shot Tennyson.
So are you gonna fire, or are you just aiming to keep them from doing anything else?
I'm aiming at their leader
Okay.
to get their attention.
All right. So make a present security roll. It's going to be contested by their leader, who is not exactly.
Got the 3.
Ooh, nice. And he got it too. So yeah, he lowers his disruptor slightly and says, "Look, well, there's more of us than there are of you, young lady."
That may be true, but I have your leader, and I will kill him.
The Orion captain's guard is about to run at you, but then the Romulan, whose rank is Centurion, raises his hand and says, "Stop! That's enough, Mr. Rark. The Romulan Empire will reimburse you for your troubles, but you have damaged the merchandise. We will take them both." And you can tell just by looking at Rark that he's kind of upset by that. And the man says, "By order of the Tal Shiar of the Romulan Republic, we will take you to Romulus, where you will be treated for your injuries." The Romulan looks to Jadrock and says, "Just lower your weapon, and we will be there within the hour, and we will treat him."
If I lower my weapon and you treat him, will you return us back to our timeline? Or do we have to have further convocations?
Unfortunately, we do not have the means to do that at the moment. You will simply have to live out the rest of your life in this one.
So be it.
So,
Says it with a note of disgust.
alright, so I have got to run, but we can pick this up next Monday if you guys want.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
we'll finish it then.
Sure.
Alright, cool.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Alright, I will see you guys next Monday.
See you
All
next
right.
Monday.